Well, welcome back to a special episode of the Buffalo Happy Hour. It's our 100th episode, bud.
I don't even know why we're still doing this after 100 episodes. What a riot. But yes, we are here, and we have a very intricate, thought-out episode for the 100th episode.
People are probably watching our 100th episode right now, and they're like, why are they on the same side of the table? Are they that
Very
creepy
confused.
couple that like sits on the same side of the table with each other?
This is a big moment for us, Derek, okay? No one else matters. So let's dive right into our general outline. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We'll kind of inform people what we're doing, and then we'll go through with everything from there and buckle up, grab a drink, people, responsibly. And it's going to be a wild episode.
So, yeah. So we got...
Okay, so
we're
yeah,
gonna
start with
talk
the outline.
randomly with all of our friends and our significant others and people that are mega fans. The whole purpose of this episode is to kind of commemorate our 100th release. So we threw a party, we had some food, we had some drinks, and now we're going to bring people on that care about us to talk about their experiences, whether good or bad, about how we've started this podcast and that we're too stubborn to stop, basically.
Correct.
So who else better to start this episode off than our lovely significant others? My fiance, Gina.
Hello.
And my wife, Colleen. Welcome to the podcast for the very first time, Buffalo Happy Hour Housewives, which, if no one has noticed, it is a hashtag since the very first post we've ever posted, and it's been ongoing.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hey.
So you guys have never, you've seen us, especially from the beginning. We went to Southern Tier. I think that was our first episode together, where we interviewed the owners of Southern Tier, and you two came along and watched us. So now, based off of that, you've seen our setup then. It was a terrible camera on my phone, and it was zero outline. We had no idea what we were doing. So looking at this, what do you think? Like, look at this studio we built.
It's very impressive. This is my first time seeing the studio, and I was very proud. It's like a proud mama.
Agreed. Agreed. I mean, it's set up with sound foam things.
Yep.
Acoustic
And there's
paneling.
some really
paneling,
nice
yeah.
decor in here. It
Air
feels very
conditioning.
homey.
Yeah.
There's AC.
It smells nice in here.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
carpeting.
Yeah, it's homey.
It's legit.
I said you should have a couch.
Well, listen, if we incorporate the couch on top of lights and cameras, we're probably going to get audited because they're going to think we're like doing something other than a podcast. But yes, this.
We also
this
didn't have
studio-
enough room for a fly in here, let alone a couch. So
Yeah, and then a beetle showed up, so that's fine. But yeah, so I'm kind of at a loss because it's so interesting to sit across from the BHH Housewives because I'm so used to, first of all, staring at you and like a business owner, but secondly, it's both worlds are colliding.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like the home life and then our work life.
So that's a good question to ask you guys. When we started this podcast, when Mike and I came to you and said, we're starting a podcast, I want you to be honest. I don't care if you grill us. Gina, what was your initial thought? Then we'll go to Colleen.
It's like, all right, nice hobby.
Well, what did you think it would be? Did you think it was going to be like something we would do
No.
for like a week and then
Yeah.
stop?
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
something for like a week. Just be a hobby and that'd be it.
Were you like supportive at first, or were kind of like dismissive?
A little dismissive because it was in our basement and we don't have a door to our basement.
Yeah,
True.
makes sense.
Colleen,
But-
what were oh yeah.
That's it.
Colleen?
I actually thought it was great because I remember saying to Mike, I hear you two together talking, and it's hilarious to listen to you talk. So I think it could be good. But I just said, don't stop.
Sure.
That is true.
Did you think we were going to stop? Like, what was your expectation when we started?
I was worried that you would stop after like 6 months or something because Mike is a very impatient person. So when he doesn't see progress in the timeline that he wants to see it, he would
Shut
just
up,
wanna
Derek.
stop. And so I was like, if you want this to go anywhere, you can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop.
So now, 2 years later, what are your thoughts now? Are you still dismissive? Are you still questioning whether we're going to quit?
If anything, she wants us to go ahead. It'd be nice to see ya.
Yeah,
No,
what are your thoughts
I'm
now?
really impressed with how far you guys have gone and
Yeah.
all the businesses you've reached out to, and actually a lot of businesses that have reached out to you guys too. You're doing good stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I agree.
What was your favorite interview we have done with a business?
I agree.
Three Monkeys.
13 Monkeys?
13 Monkeys.
Nice.
There was a 3 in there, to my defense. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, 13 Monkeys.
Oh, I
is
think I
very
know.
Interesting.
I liked Western New York Heroes.
Oh, okay.
That one really, it was very interesting because I didn't know a lot of that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I was very intrigued by it, and my heart, you know.
Were there any businesses that we interviewed that you frequently go to where it was interesting to hear the story? Because that's really what we try to do, is we try to let the business owner tell their story. So is there any business, I mean, we obviously know the answer to this because we're married to you guys, but like from a, do
Maybe
you guys
don't
go?
know the answer.
Maybe I don't. I don't know your answer. I know Gina's.
You go first.
Where we have interviewed them that you frequently go.
Oh, Rise Fitness
Yeah.
Studios.
Like, how was it hearing her story?
It was really interesting. It was just really cool to hear because I'm like, oh yeah, I go there.
Right, yeah. Did you ever have something like that?
I can't think of anyone
Yeah.
right now. Pressure.
You guys go to Main Street Ice Cream, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, yeah,
There
we
you
just
go.
went there like a week ago.
Correct.
See, I do
So
know.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, I don't know where that was supposed to go. Okay, beef.
Okay, beep. Did you hear?
Beep.
Oh my
Nailed it.
God.
Drink.
I
my
could have
God.
sworn you were going to say something else. That's why I literally just waited for you, because I didn't want to cut off my wife. What if I cut off my wife? Then as soon as this ends, she's like, remember when you cut me off on the 100th episode? And then I'm sleeping on the couch? Everything's fine.
What's on the couch?
So, next question.
We gotta do
Next
that.
question.
Next question.
Man.
Where would you, from your standpoint, like to see this podcast go from here?
Oh, well, I think I can
Whoa,
answer.
she came out hot.
See?
She's
I
like,
can
oh,
answer
this has been boiling up for a while.
something for Gina and I, which we just commented on this before. If we ever have to be a part of an interview again, some glam would be appreciated. So that's all.
I don't even know what that entails.
We need a
Glam.
makeup artist
Hair
here.
and makeup.
Hair,
So we look our
Facials.
best.
stylist.
You like your best always anyways. Who cares?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, I'm married. Take notes.
What was the question? Where you want to see this go?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
feedback?
she's like, cease and desist, because I'm sick of this.
I mean, it would be super cool to be able to travel the country
Oh.
with it. And
Okay.
I mean, that's
Okay.
not too far out of the question here.
Yeah.
Let's tone it down, mister. I got 30 years vacation.
yeah, and maybe have your own distillery one day or something.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Be really cool too.
She meant to say studio. We're going to have our own
No.
studio one day. You know, we'll start
No,
there.
she wants
You
a
do
distillery.
have a
She wants us
studio.
to.
We're sitting in it.
I know. I mean, we've talked about this. This is incredible and amazing. However, long term, what happens? Giant question mark arises, and that's where we get like uncomfortable because it's not 100% set in stone. Tomorrow we know, and then we're good to move on. So, a distillery, yeah, that'd be incredible and so much fun. But just so you guys know, one of our next goals that we're trying to accomplish is to legitimately separate work from home. So we want an off-site studio that's separate from everything, and then that way it's like literally going to work, but it's not because we love what we do.
Right.
But it's not impeding on any aspect of our home life because it's not even there physically. So that's one thing, and a lot of that is driven because we care about you two. So
I was thinking big.
I'm all about that. That's why we're married.
I love it.
Yes, dream big. Gina?
Probably the same things Colleen said, but also like, so you guys, I hope to see you guys being able to do this full time, and live your best life, get sponsors, have people maybe like recognize you a little bit, or be like, yeah, I listened to that podcast, and
I like where your head's at.
yeah,
It's a good
just
answer. Both those are very good answers.
Yeah, I'm quite content. Not
No pressure.
Yeah, not content enough for another beep and an awkward
Right.
silence, but I'm definitely content with
That's
those
cool.
two. Perfect.
Anything else you guys want to add? I don't want to keep you from the party that is going on outside. It is a rager.
Whatever I'm drinking is delicious.
Oh yeah, you want to tell people what you're drinking?
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Yes. We just did the Wednesday whiskey review.
Oh, it's your BHH single barrel.
What are your
And-
thoughts on it?
Yeah.
So my wife is drinking 118.2 proof whiskey neat because that's the bar, basically. So get there. Rise to the occasion. Right, Gina?
How Kelly's doing.
That's right.
It's delicious. It's like super smooth. It's just good.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I
Are
like
you
that.
picking any specific tasting notes up?
that's a challenging question.
What do you taste when you drink it?
Fire.
A little fire.
That's it.
It's good. I don't know. That's
Okay.
Cool.
I can't. I'm not at that level yet. I can't
No, it's fine.
decipher.
I got you.
Okay.
Well,
We'll get you
ladies, thank you so much for being on. We really appreciate it. We appreciate your support because without you guys, we couldn't be continued to do this.
course.
You've put up with us quite a bit, especially like this coming week where we have 3 interviews and 1 episode record before you guys go on honeymoon.
Yes.
So we appreciate you guys keeping up with us and keeping pushing us going forward. So thank you.
Sounds good.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Well, we are back again with a different guest this time. One of our closest friends. I mean, all of these people are our closest friends, or else they would not be here.
Correct. Literally in front of the camera. But yes.
So you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Jamie.
So,
I'm Jamie.
So when we reference someone to pull something up, we're literally mentioning you every time because you're our Jamie.
You know, and I appreciate that. You know, I'm a great user of Google. So whatever you guys need, just quick.
Yeah, we're not actually referencing the Joe Rogan Jamie because that would be cliche. We actually have a dude named
And
Jamie.
I'm Jamie.
And it would probably be illegal at this point.
Probably.
I mean, that Jamie's probably protected to the 9s.
To be honest, he's got like 25 million followers. We're gonna blow that out of the water. So,
Jamie does?
no.
Oh, Rogan?
does,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, but you know what? We're passing.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Joe, I love you if you're watching this.
Yeah. So,
I'm sure he's not.
He's
Yes.
gonna. He's gonna.
So
Because
when
I'm
did,
on here because you guys got Jamie now.
so when did you start getting into our podcast? Were you right off the bat interested?
You know, at first I was like, oh, my friend's got another crazy idea. Whatever. So then I got bored at work one day and they're like, oh, we're talking about whiskey. And I was like, I like, no shout outs, but Blue Light Lime. And I was like, let me try a man drink for a change. And I tasted it. Didn't like it, to be honest. I'm like, whiskey, ooh. And then you guys start talking about it and breaking it down. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll try whiskey again. Took another sip. Still don't like it. Tastes like gasoline. You know, not sure how I feel about this. But I slowly started getting into it, and I mean, I started learning a lot from your guys' podcast, and now I have a nice whiskey collection going on at the house. And
You actually do have a solid collection.
yeah, I do, and because again, you know, I'm not a big fan of strong, like manly drinks.
Sure.
So every time I see a new bottle of whiskey that I'm like, oh, that bottle looks nice and refreshing, and then I taste it, I'm like, oh my God, it tastes like gasoline again. And I just put it on the shelf, and I hope my friends come over to drink, you know.
So what do you have right now at your house?
I got a bunch of 3-chord, actually.
Nice.
3-chord, the American Blend, one of my favorite bottles
Yeah.
to drink. I'm shouting them out because I feel like, you know, you work
Yeah,
with
man.
them a lot.
Absolutely.
So, you know, 3-chord. But I got a bunch of Basil Hayden at the house.
You have Jefferson's.
I do have Jefferson's.
Devil's
at the
River, I
house.
think,
Devil's
too.
River,
yeah.
yeah.
And Woodford you had for a while,
Whiskey
too, right?
River, yeah.
You had Hartman's too. I think
Did-
that went away. I think you guzzled that one down.
I do guzzle Hartman's down.
There you go.
The
Yeah.
Hartman's Rye is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recommend Hartman's Rye.
So we actually had you as a part of our tasting for this whiskey here.
Yeah.
You want to tell people about that experience?
It was a great time. You know, at first I was kind of walking in and, you know, I'm the new guy to whiskey. So I'm just kind of there and taking sips and listening to a whole bunch of people talk about different flavors and palates. And I'm just over here like,
Gasoline.
yeah, the gasoline. It's whiskey. Cool. But yeah, it was great. There's just a bunch of guys with a wealth of knowledge that, you know, kind of opened me up to actually sampling, you know, whiskey instead of just, oh, this is gasoline. You start being able to pick out the flavors and the different palates involved. So, you know, the tasting process was cool, and I think, you know, I was beneficial for you guys.
Absolutely.
Because as, you know, somebody who's just like, gasoline, I'm like, this is what guys who like fruity drinks will like. Right here, guys. And,
That was more important than you know.
right.
Honestly.
Yeah, it was one of our. We had to literally sit down and formulate an idea of who we wanted on the panel, and that was an actual point that we discussed. Was we need somebody who almost knows nothing that would sit in on the panel and be like, I would actually drink this,
Right.
because then we already know everybody else with their experience and everything, you know, on top of it, would dive into the tasting profiles. We needed you. So thank you for being on.
No problem. It was
That's
my
it.
pleasure, guys.
That's it.
So, what type of feedback would you give us so far, 100 episodes in, that you would like us to either do or change for the next 100?
Oof. I should have been prepared for this question, right?
No, you're good.
Right?
All
Right
passion
off.
driven. All passion.
We don't even care if you rip
That's
us
a
to
very
shreds.
real question
It
that I
is.
just wasn't prepared for, to be honest. I was just like, that's a great question.
It's good though. You can
know?
stall. You're good.
I'm trying.
edit
I'm usually
anything
good
out.
on the fly here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't edit anything out. Just,
All right, perfect.
Just let it
Yeah, we'll run
let
with
play.
it.
Am I looking at this camera right
Yeah.
here?
This one right here.
All right. I haven't looked at it one time.
Yeah, you're good. We're right here.
I think, you guys are just really set in a direction, and it's a great thing. For me, it's interesting to learn about the local businesses, the different whiskeys. I know with Derek a few times, I shared a little bit of feedback of just podcasts that we listen to outside of the Buffalo Happy Hour podcast, because obviously that's the best one ever.
Obviously.
But, yeah. But, just kind of like making it more of, instead of just a straight and arrow, whiskey review, just kind of break it up a little bit, which, you guys have been starting to do, and, just kind of have more fun with it, and, get off the top of the whiskey a little bit. And,
It's a good idea.
You guys do a pretty good job. So
Is there a business or a type of business that we haven't reviewed that you would be very interested in hearing
Yeah.
about? Because that's one thing that we struggle with is we get into these grinds and we love interviewing small businesses, but a lot of them have been restaurants. And quite frankly, you can only talk about burgers so many times before it's like, all right, people understand now. Like, every business is different, every restaurant is different, but we have talked about wanting to get into like subject matter experts. Like, let's get a lawyer on, let's get a real estate agent on, let's get dietitians on.
listen, I'm going to throw this out there. You could edit this out.
No, I would love it.
I'm not going to say the restaurant name, but Basket of Bacon, wasn't impressed. From the recommendations that I received from these two over here on this edge of the table, I can make it on my grill.
I don't know if they're going to be on. I don't know if that restaurant's going to be on.
They've been on already.
Yeah, they have been on.
So we're not talking about the same chicken restaurant.
No, basket
No.
of bacon, man.
Basket of Bacon, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard chicken. Why did
Oh.
I hear chicken?
No idea.
Yeah, dude.
You heard bacon?
Yeah.
I 1,000% heard chicken.
No,
I'm
you
just going to sit here and keep drinking.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. Cheers.
Totally like, is this you like mixing it up right now?
Yeah.
No,
are
I
you
swear
sure?
on all things holy, I thought I heard chicken, and I didn't.
Basket of Bacon. Right in the
Not a
microphone,
fan, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
So to clarify, you had an issue with the bacon, not the establishment.
The establishment's great.
Okay.
Love
okay.
the establishment.
See, all right.
Gotcha.
Good clarification.
Good
And the
clarification,
bacon
yeah.
was great too. But
It wasn't anything to write home about.
yeah, I like grilling.
We
and-
hyped it up
Yeah, you hyped it up.
because we're obsessed with it.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, wow, I made this last week for a Bills game. So.
And it was fantastic when you made it too.
Yeah, thanks.
It was
you
very
know.
good.
Might have had a heart attack the next day, but it was delicious.
I definitely did. But yeah,
it was
absolutely.
so good though. Right?
I woke up sweating. I actually didn't sleep.
It was a good time. Bought a soundbar for that game and everything.
Oh yeah. That was and that was probably the most stressful game we've ever watched too. It was the Colts game.
Oh goodness gracious!
and
Yeah,
we had
that was.
bacon, a ton of bacon that he made.
Yeah,
It was the
canned
worst
bacon.
combination. I
Yeah.
thought I was dead.
I waited in a pizza line for an hour and a half to pick a pizza up. Missed kickoff. It was a bad day.
It
Yeah.
wasn't good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where we are. So any like
back to
type of
businesses.
any type
Yes.
of
Sorry.
business.
Edit this out. I got to burp 1 second.
No editing. You're good.
Beautiful.
Sounded like you coughed. Crushed it.
I kept it low key there.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm a scuba diver. So, Discover Diving, the guys out of Depew, those guys are great. I've been with them for the last 4 years. Diving. They'd be a great business to get on, and it's kind of different, kind of opens up a different audience.
You got their contact?
I do.
Of course, right?
Yeah.
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 Boom.
Yeah, kind of. Like 4 years, dude.
That'd be really cool. I don't know anything about diving.
Yeah, no, I mean, from the owner of the establishment down to all the instructors, those guys are just a wealth of knowledge. Been diving for just 20, 50, hundreds of years combined.
They have dive books instead of a dive book.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They're like here, and I'm
Yeah.
like this
Yeah.
to them guys. But you know what? They're great. From day one, they've always kind of just treated you like you should be a part of that. I know with a lot of hobbies, it's kind of like clicky. and
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
Like, oh, this new guy, blah blah. These guys, like, they were just, hey, what do you need? What do you want to work on? This kind of thing. So Discover Diving out of Depew.
That's pretty cool.
I would recommend those guys because great people.
Yeah, let's do it.
So-
Yeah, I'm down. Always.
Cool.
Then you guys could start diving, and I could have more people to dive with.
There you go.
So-
You're going diving tomorrow, right?
I am. We have a treasure hunt they do every year. Speaking of the diving establishment, they have a $900 diving computer as a first prize. It's $40 per diver. You go jump in the river. Hopefully you find an egg with the number 1 on it and collect your prize. But they have prizes for everybody that dives, T-shirts, things like that. So
Nice. It's pretty cool.
good people.
Good deal.
Would you ever dive?
I did dive.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a resort dive in Greece. We'll talk
Like-
about it when we sit down with Discover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Why not talk about it now?
Long story. We don't have time.
Wow.
We don't have time.
I just got rid of a bunch of gear. Why don't you want to dive with me, Mike? Was it a bad experience?
No, we'll talk about it.
Oh, see, you're stalling. Now
It was-
now you're just,
Stalling.
now you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
It was an incredible experience that did not end on a fantastic note. That's all.
Shark.
Was there a shark?
No, there was not a shark in the Aegean Sea, where I was anyways. But yes.
Was it a bad instructor?
No. I mean, it's a resort
Why
dive.
don't you just say why it was bad
Yeah.
at this point?
Did-
Everything's fine.
Did your
we're
equipment fail?
going to move on. We're going to move on. We'll sit down with Discover, and then we'll dive through the whole, no pun intended, dive through the whole thing, and
so I
everything's all
see what
set.
you did there. See, you guys been doing this a
Nailed
while.
it.
Yeah,
no, it's
yeah.
kind of disgusting.
About 100
I
times.
like the meat.
Did you? All right. Well, anything else that you want to add, Jamie? We appreciate everything that you've done. You've supported us from the beginning. We really appreciate you being a part of this
No doubt.
and watching all of our videos.
Oh yeah.
Even though this kid doesn't think you do.
Yeah. Can you believe he called me out one time?
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Well, I was at some dude's party, no free shout outs. He never watches or comments on the episodes. Literally 35 minutes after that video is posted, I'm furious at work because I'm like, what is he questioning me right now? I didn't even
That's
comment on the
hilarious.
video. I had to send a text message. What the beep do you mean I don't watch the videos? There it is.
There you go.
There it is. Now we all got
Yeah.
a
Oh,
drink.
we got a drink.
Yep, your whiskey, my girly drink, so
It's all good, man. Cheers.
cheers.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate
No
it.
problem.
All right. Well, as Jamie was exiting, he was pulling more chairs up because we got 2 new people here for us.
What? We do?
Yeah. We got 2 new people here.
Oh, I thought you meant outside.
Are you?
I'm nuts
Okay.
right now. No, I'm not. I'm not on
You guys
Club
want to
15.
introduce yourself? Because
Ladies and gentlemen,
we
Mike's
quit.
having a stroke mid-podcast.
Oh my goodness.
He
We're going to
drank
have
with
to
the past
pause for a
guest.
Did you,
medical
hold on, did you not hear the noise?
emergency.
No.
You didn't hear the noise outside?
I mean, maybe, but there's
I thought-
literally millions of people outside right now
Yeah. Well, first
coming
of
to
all,
our 100th party.
I thought that
kidding.
noise was what you were talking about by saying Jamie, who just left, is pulling chairs out for the 2 new people that arrived at the party. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Jamie pulled
Derek's
another
going to
chair
have to
up.
edit the shit out of
Oh
this
no, we're
section.
not. Don't
Oh
worry
my
about
good, no, this is it. We're here.
it. So hi guys,
It's
how are you?
live.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Tom, I
two
feel like I
beers
haven't seen
deep.
you a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
You guys want to introduce yourself?
Ladies first.
I'm Nicole Kavanaugh.
And I'm Tom Kavanaugh.
So in round 2, we talked about a lot of things, but how is it living with Tom?
Derek can answer this question.
I have a lot of questions because our round 2 was just a riot, but like you deal with that every day.
Yeah. You had him for what, like an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that.
Hour
But
and 10.
for like 12 hours a day. You're laughing.
It gets
but-
old real quick.
No, get Gina in here because he's the same way as him. So.
Probably
she can answer.
probably slightly subdued, but
Yeah.
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 It gets old real quick. And I keep doing the same tricks to just get her
Yeah.
attention and to get her to do laundry.
He's an instigator.
So you guys are funny because you are open about not watching the podcast. So it's funny that you guys are here, but in the same sense, you've helped significantly as you, and then you being part of him.
I've watched a couple.
Yeah, but you really don't.
I'm not mega fan.
Obviously, yeah. But you're also not a regular fan either. You've watched like how many? 3?
No. I'm probably at 10
4?
now.
No, because there was a stretch where you were like, "Hey, I watched this," and
Yeah.
you like went out of your way to let us know.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, he's picking it up.
Well,
Like, he's
I
doing
want,
good things."
I want credit for it.
So you are
Right.
the most brutal person I've ever met, like honest wise. Yeah, I
Thank
know.
you.
And that's why I keep you around.
No.
When we first started this podcast, what did you think we were going to do? Did you think that we were going to succeed? Did you think that we were going to just stop after a week?
Not a week. two maybe.
2 weeks.
We talked about this today. We were just chilling in the pool. I was like, I didn't know. I was like, they did a good job. I was like, they literally went way longer than I thought they were going to. Did you guys think you were going to go this long?
No, dude, it's been 2 years.
What's funny is we never talked about, like, it was never a thing.
Yeah.
Never even crossed our minds. Our joke was we're just not going to stop because we're too stubborn.
Yeah.
But we never said, like, we'll see what happens after 6 months. Like, none of that conversation ever existed. Which, I don't know. Like, thank God the housewives are supportive.
Right,
And
yeah.
thank God you keep answering our questions because,
About graphics to make.
yeah,
and all
like,
that.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
So like we tried to have this interview or this whole episode be like not so self-aggrandizing, like tell us how good we are and all that stuff. But you not really watching a ton of these.
Watch
Did you-
this.
Or any.
Yeah, did you think that it was going to be like this whole setup here?
Well, I mean, I've known you for a while, and I felt like when it started, I know that, like, I've met you too, but you're both very passionate people, so I felt like when it first started, I didn't know it would become all this, but as you, like, started, like, talking about it more and, like, getting more stuff, I'm not surprised that it became what it is, just because you two are so, like, gung-ho about
Yeah.
it, but in a good way.
She was
I like
impressed.
that.
I showed her in the studio, and as soon as we pulled up with all of our goodies and stuff, I was like, this is the studio. She's like, oh, this is nice.
Do you consider us like an actual podcast?
As opposed to what?
Like a non-legitimate podcast?
As
guess-
opposed to what, Mike?
You know what I mean? Like,
supposed to be
like,
talking to myself in my
well, no, like
You
I'm
consider
asking.
us just two guys
stroke
in a van
version
down
2.
by the river?
Stroke version 2 question.
Oh my god.
But
I can't
you
because
you
you're
know what I
laughing so
mean when you're just like, oh, like they
Fair.
run a podcast. Like you think of you know the one guy and then maybe like a couple of comedians or whatever. But
What Mike is trying to say is there's some local podcasts where they will throw a phone on the middle of the table and call themselves a podcast.
no, but I'm saying in like the world of
Oh, is this Podcast Wars?
no, but like is that like a I don't even know like how to look in the mirror and be like, yeah, we're an actual podcast because
God, we're
we don't
gonna have
even
to
think we're an
edit
actual
the
podcast.
shit out of this one.
No, let
for
it go.
Sure.
This is it. This is it.
I feel like you made it one.
It is off the
Really?
rails.
Yeah. You know
Oh,
what I
thank
mean?
because that's
Thanks for bringing it home, honey.
yeah, because 98% of it is we degrade everything we do outside of the work with small businesses because we actually deeply care about it. But like it's for us to be like, oh yeah, we're an actual podcast. It's like we say we are, but what does everyone else think? And you don't even watch all like, you know, we have fans and things, but it's all like really close friends. But for you to sit here and just be like, no, like you guys, yeah, like it's an actual thing. It's probably
Yeah, it means
the
a lot.
actual first stranger to tell us.
Not
Stranger in regards to watching the pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, the
Yeah.
first semi-stranger to tell us we're doing a good job.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we're, you know, it's not bad. We're doing good.
Derek, can you
It took
just
100
Can you
episodes.
pour him another drink? We need to loosen him up.
I'm just going to mute his mic the rest of the time.
Yeah.
There you go.
No, that's pretty cool, though.
I'm here for
appreciate
the
you saying that.
niceties. He'll give you
Yeah,
all the
really.
criticism, but yeah, no.
So, is there anybody that you watching the podcast or have seen the businesses that we've interviewed, or you, Nicole, who are just thinking off the top of your head, you guys would like us to interview next? Because we're trying to get into businesses that are outside of like, here, go interview this other restaurant, like the 750th restaurant that we've interviewed.
God, you should have given me some heads up.
Oh, you're fine.
I know Jamie said the same thing.
I don't know. I could have come up with a list. I don't know. I would like you to circle back to some of the other, like,
Don't say circle
Oh,
back.
God, take that out. That's what we're editing. Out of all this, that's what we're editing.
revisit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Christ.
There are so many other words to use
Oh, my God. You're
in
just
sequence other than
hatred
that.
of corporate jargon. I don't know. Some of the places you did in the beginning, like go back to Resurgence, go back to some of these other places. Not that I'm a homer or anything.
Yeah.
Go back and interview some of the places you did in the beginning, and revisit where you guys are now and where they are.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Especially like we were talking
trying,
with Gina and Colleen about Southern Tier. When we went to interview them, we literally had a tripod with our phone on it, and we're just like, let's just talk.
Yeah.
Like, we
now
should go back
Southern,
and do-
Southern Tier is going to be here.
Yeah. That's brewing, though. Brewing hasn't gotten back to us. We're salty about it, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, we tried.
We
Just
interviewed
show up.
distilling. Just show up.
Just show up.
We're here to interview the owner. That'd be cool.
I mean, take a page out of my book.
Well-
just shoot your shot. What's
well-
the worst that can happen?
well,
You
a lot of it-
leave?
Welcome, by the way. So that's a lot of what we do most times. Outside of like Instagram DMs or whatever, is we'll walk into the place and we're like, here's my card. If you want to be on, let us know. We've done it to bartenders.
Literally just did that 2 nights
Managers.
ago to the Grange. Yes, last night. The
Yeah,
Grange,
like
yeah.
anybody. Like if we're there and we haven't had them on because we know, but we're trying. We're trying to take the card out of
That's a
your
good
book.
idea, though. We should go back and start doing round twos with some
Shoot
of these
your
people. Yeah. Anything that you would like to see us do? Like any
Favorite
business that
business.
you're passionate about?
Yeah. What business do you like to go to?
Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
We can't record on Sunday, though.
That's what I thought Jamie was talking about
Oh, really?
when he said chicken.
I'm kind of a homebody. I don't know. You just brought up. Is that fine?
She's good. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right.
That got real weird real quick.
Who's next?
Bring him in.
Lost my train of thought. I was just saying you brought up Resurgence, so even like the rock climbing gym, like
that'd
next
be
to
cool.
Resurgence,
Yeah.
like more sports themed things, I think would be interesting for your listeners.
Just get
ropes
Josh
course.
Allen on.
I would
He's
love
probably
to.
open.
No, but like,
We tried.
you know,
We're waiting for his people to get back to us because I guess that's how it works when you sign a mega deal.
like gyms or something like
Yeah.
that.
That'd be cool.
We
Personal
should,
trainers. That'd be
Yeah.
sweet, too, yeah.
We should do like the ropes course.
Oh, I thought you
That's out
said Jim's
Yeah.
like Jim Stakeout. I was like, similar. Very similar. In the same kind of
You
grouping.
asked me what living with him is like.
Right, yeah.
This is it.
This is literally
Yeah.
it. I see you too much now. I basically like live with you.
Oh, man. Glad we're not wearing the same shirt.
You literally just made that same joke during the interview that's going to release with this, so that's good. But yeah, so anything else you guys want to add? Again, Tom, we don't know where we would be as a podcast without you. As
Without
cheesy
a
as that
logo.
sounds, we would have zero idea what's going on. Our marketing would have been way off.
You would have
wouldn't-
found a different designer that's just like a little nicer. Probably
Anybody
would have charged you some money.
It's true. We are doing that. He is doing all of this pro bono for us,
Yeah.
except for the website. When the website comes, we have
Don't
to
tell
charge. You have
Nicole
to
that.
charge.
Oh, fuck.
Don't worry. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
We're having fun.
It's all good. All right, I'm going to go have another beer now.
Sounds
Yes,
good. Thank you guys
absolutely.
for coming. We really appreciate all
Do you
your
want-
support so
is
far.
Cleo next?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, bring in Cleo.
So Tom and Nicole just left, and
Goodness
they brought
gracious.
in 2 more people.
Okay, so now I actually understand what we're talking about. So let's start with introductions, and we'll dive right into the fun-filled events that we have prepared for you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
What's going on? What's your name?
My name. Do you want me to introduce myself how the podcast listeners
Yes.
know me? Okay, so I'm Autumn Leaf.
There we go. There
Let's
she
go.
is.
Let's go.
What did you think when Mike first called you that?
I feel like that was like the most flattering way that somebody could refer to a redhead. It wasn't ginger. It wasn't like something bad. It was like, wow, it's really pretty. I like that.
What's up?
I missed the whole what happened.
See, he doesn't listen. You were right. So,
See, you
As
came
everybody
to my
knows,
interview.
I did this
Yeah.
for content, guys. Don't let him fool you.
so everybody knows Autumn Leaf is my sister, and we were talking about her one day because she has red hair, and Mike said Autumn Leaf, right? Like that's just how it went.
Yeah, basically. And it stuck. A lot of what we try to do is protect people's identities
So let's have them all on an episode
for the
for
99th episodes. And then now we're like, screw it, it's going out the window. But so I don't even really know like why. I think a lot of it was just respect for other people.
I
that
think
are in
I
our
called
life.
her Ginger because I have my entire life, and then you're like, no, she's not a Ginger, she's an Autumn Leaf, and then it just stuck from there. I think that was the context.
I mean, we can go back and watch.
Yeah, we can. Everything's documented. It's so weird.
And
so
you guys
Yeah.
give no hashtag no free shout outs, so I
That's
wasn't
true.
getting my name on here. I
Right.
had to be
Right.
protected.
But also, over your right shoulder is a gift you gave us.
Oh yeah.
other shoulder, your
My
your
left.
left shoulder.
Well, no. Well, there's that, but she also gave the cocktail book.
Oh yeah. Both of them. I
Yeah.
forgot that she did both of them.
Yeah. So you provided the cocktail book that's in every shot, free marketing. What's good?
Nice.
And then you also produced our Wednesday whiskey review board that literally changed the podcast.
We were doing it on dry erase before, and it looked like we both
Yeah.
had Parkinson's.
Yeah, it was a disaster because you were like, we need to write this down. I'm like, I'll just go to like Office Max because like where else would you go? And then you show up with this thing.
That was a Christmas gift. Both of them were.
Yeah, and then you showed me the gifts, and I almost cried. And I'm like,
See, I
did you
told you.
cry when you opened the gifts? You're like, "Well, not really. I was like, what is wrong with you?
She also
Oh yeah,
These two.
Oh,
the
yeah.
rocks glasses. That's got our names on them and our logo. Look at you, Autumn Leaf. That's why it's my favorite season.
So and
Basically, this is all her right
Wow.
yeah, it
I
really
know.
is.
I
Yeah,
guess
so
I
Jamie's
didn't
back for round 2 for moral support. There's no relation between the two. They're
No.
not brother sister. They're not married. Jamie just wanted to come back.
Yep. No. Yep. I didn't even know if she was referred to as Autumn Leaf, to be honest.
There you go.
Because I don't listen to the podcast.
Oh God.
So when did you start listening to it? Did you start from the beginning, right from the beginning, or were you just like, this is gonna stop?
I think I probably started right from the beginning.
Did you?
I don't know if it was like exactly when you released the first episode, but it was probably within the first month at least.
What did you think when we first started? Did you think it was gonna last? Be honest.
I don't know. I'm not sure because I didn't know exactly like how many distilleries there were around
Sure.
the area. I didn't know exactly what you guys were going to do or how long you could have used the Buffalo area for content. So, and then once you got away from the folding table, I was like a little more confident. And
Us too.
That was a disaster.
Once you got away from the phone camera
Yeah.
as your recorder, a little more confident.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, we're not getting paid. So, stages.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
even from where we are today, there's still going to be changes and things. Even our cameras are still recent.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the first time that you've seen the studio, right? Or have you seen it before?
You've showed it to me, but I've
Okay.
never really like sat in here.
Did you think that we had like all these lights set up and everything? Like
No.
this kind of looks official, right?
This looks like my school picture. If they're gonna like snap a school picture,
Doesn't it?
It does.
It's real intense.
That is awesome. That is really. I never even thought about that.
Yeah. And then it's the awkward camera, and it's like, ready, smile, and 3,
Yeah.
2, flash.
And then
It's
he
like,
asked
what
me to
about
say
one?
puppies, and then I have a bubble on the bottom of my tongue. I had a lisp when I was younger, and when I went for the first,
What?
Yeah, when I went for like my 3rd grade picture, I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Don't ask me why.
Because he
But
wanted to, and our mom was really mad.
She was so upset because she's like, "Why did you have to wear that, Derek?" But yeah, I had a lisp, and the guy is like, "All right, so." Instead of say cheese, he's like, say puppies. It's
weird.
And it was the S that got like a bubble under my tongue. So in my school picture, I was wearing a Hawaiian shirt, buzz cut, and a bubble under my tongue.
I don't feel so bad for the last iteration of questions and conversations.
I know, really.
Yeah,
It was
no,
wild.
you just made up for
It
it.
was an absolute
So in
blast.
3rd grade, I had a Hawaiian shirt and a lisp. Oh my
Stuff
god.
that comes out. So what businesses did we? I don't even remember if we asked you this. We did, yeah.
Yeah,
because
we
you
did.
said scuba diving.
Yeah.
Jill.
See, he already forgot. I got you, though.
Yeah, thanks.
What
Yeah.
business
That's
have
all
we
business.
not interviewed? Like type of business that you would find interest in us interviewing? We could actually have you on, to be honest. You're not a small business per se, but you are a school psychologist.
Close.
School counselor? Not a school counselor. You're a school psychologist.
Social worker.
Social worker.
I'm
nailed
so
it.
glad you know what your sister does.
Dude, there's like 14
along the
names for the
same
same
lines.
thing. It's like psychologist, psychiatrist, school counselor. Like all of them are the same to me.
I don't
hurts,
know. I don't, yeah, I don't.
It hurts.
Realistically, I don't know if she has the time or if our equipment has the strength and time and recording duration needed for that episode.
That would be a very fascinating episode, actually.
How I got into it?
Yeah, and like what the issues are now,
Oh yeah.
if you can even say it.
Anxiety.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For,
So,
That's
like
like
what you
number
have?
one.
yeah, for
Yeah.
us or the kids.
Medical anxiety.
I know. It's like, hi, I'm here for help. It's like, oh my, I felt that yesterday. It's like, you're supposed to heal me. Like, that doesn't even make sense. It's like, oh,
Go to your doctor. Then
Yeah,
tell me
really.
what he says.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you to go to your doctor, but can you actually ask him if magnesium levels are something I should be concerned with?
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a professional. Your doctor's a professional. I can read your script. I just want the answers. So I have the same problem.
I need proof that you went to your doctor, so report back.
Oh my god, that's all right. But that would be a cool interview.
Would you be interested in that?
You could interview me for that, yeah.
Okay.
I used to have my own private practice.
I feel like that could be such a loaded interview, though.
You could just ask me, like, generally what I do.
Like, generally, like, how much of actual, like, oh my God, I have anxiety, to actual anxiety is actually out there?
Right?
You know, like, what's that percentage of, like, there's some kids that are just jerks,
Yeah.
and I have anxiety, it's okay,
Yeah.
right? That's a thing.
Or I have energy, but you have ADHD, or vice versa.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, where's that, would that drop off? You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
want to break the mental health stigma. I'm your girl.
Right.
Let's do it. Let's set it up.
Yeah, we could do it here.
You'll
Yeah.
have to come back.
I love it.
So
Jamie's like, I won't miss that episode.
So what feedback?
I am that episode. Anxiety, all of it.
Yeah.
Big ball of it.
What feedback would you give us so far that you would think that we can improve on going forward?
I don't know, because I feel like along the way I'll text you different things.
That's true.
When you started like the spreadsheet for the whiskeys, because
Yeah, that
like
was
people
brilliant.
from my work were saying you should have something where people can go back to, because if you want to get a gift for somebody, you walk into the liquor store and everyone just defaults to what they
Right.
know, instead of being like, this is a really good local whiskey, this is how much it costs, people would like it if they like drinking these. So-
I feel like people don't even remember that spreadsheet exists.
Yeah.
And it's in our link tree, in our bio. But you can go back and look at every whiskey review we've ever done, which is 101
Yeah.
today, as of today. So by the time this airs, it'll be more because we're sociopaths and just keep recording.
We should actually, that's a good point. Again, obviously, Jill, you always bring the best points, but we should include on the spreadsheet where the whiskey's from. Because like there's some people that are like, I don't want to get somebody Kentucky bourbon because that's just what everybody gets them. But if we have like, this is from Texas, this is from New York, this is from Wyoming, like there's all these different places that whiskey's from, we should add that column in there.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I honestly just like to hear your updates on your week, because I feel like it's so personal to what you guys like do every week, and it's nice to just hear how you guys are doing.
Do you
or
find
what's
it
funny.
Do you find it enjoyable because you know us?
Yeah.
Or do you find it enjoyable because it's funny?
Well,
Or both?
probably because I know your sense of humor, so it's enjoyable because I know you and it's
Yeah.
funny to me.
What about you, Jamie? Do you find it
When Mike talks, I'm just like, nope. He wrote me off weeks ago, so
No, I did not.
I wonder how Derek's week has been. All right, Mike comes up 15 seconds ahead on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Would you stop? You are so mean.
Hey, you know, I'm just.
We are going to wrestle in the backyard and you won't do anything about it.
I am short and round and out of shape, so you will win. All right?
so you will
No, you have a better. You're lower to the ground. You're better
Center
center,
of
of
I'm trying to
gravity.
be
There you
humble,
go.
Mike.
Center of
right?
gravity.
Okay, I'm trying to be humble right now.
Nope.
You will win, Mike.
You will win.
Well,
Bottle
guys,
dash
thank you so
backyard
much
right
for
now.
coming in. Jamie, thank you for coming back in. Jill, thank you
He'll
for
be
everything
back
so
for
far.
the next one,
Right?
too.
Yeah, he's just going to stay in here.
No, I'm not.
Who do we have next?
Next is Nick and Lisa, if they want to come in. If not, it's Sean.
Okay.
So depending on how the kids are.
I might be back in with Sean, to be
Yeah.
honest. I like
There you
Sean.
go.
So.
Yeah, Sean's a good guy.
Might be back.
There you go.
We'll see. He might kick you out. He might want his own time.
Wow, he's a.
Yeah, he's the mega fan.
He's the mega fan.
Wow.
He came here from Long Island for
for
this.
Wow.
Wow.
That was the whole reason why we set this whole party up.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's big.
Whoa.
He deserves his own time.
It's a big deal.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming. Appreciate it. And thank you for the support so far.
We'll
And
see you
We're
soon.
excited for the next one at 200 episodes.
Oh goodness, that's gonna be wild.
Maybe we do 250. We do 250 and then 500.
No, we'll do 300. We'll just keep it simple. Don't add letters and numbers for me, dude.
wanna
You
be
know
a-
how I
It's
am.
all only numbers. So
I'm
I
going to
don't
be
know
a
where you're
Derek
getting
mega
from.
fan by then.
There you go.
Just, you know.
Derek Mega fan. All right. Well, thank you guys. All right. Well, 2 more people left, and 4 more people came in.
Yeah, you're making me do math, and it's not okay. But yes, we're just rolling right along. So we'll start with introductions because this is a little different from the interview that we had with you guys that recently went live.
Correct.
And if you have not watched it, you should watch it. But go ahead, just crush
We're
it.
prepared this time.
There you go.
So I'm Nick,
I'm Lisa.
and we are Queen City Creative Works, and this is
What's your name?
what's your name? Landon, and this is Tanner.
There you go. I love that. The kids are here. So not only have you guys done a ton of work for us, but you're also our closest friends. So
Yes.
we really appreciate you guys watching and basically hanging along for the ride. We wanted to get your input on what you thought of when we first started this podcast. What was your initial thought? Did you think that we were going to do something good? Did you think we were going to stop? What were your thoughts?
My thoughts were I wanted you guys to succeed, of course, because you guys are my best friends. I did not think you were going to get the support that you guys currently have. I liked the direction that you guys went in. I think that, you guys kind of reached your potential that you could with the whiskey industry and the scene that we have here in Buffalo. There's only so many distilleries that you can go to, right? Until you tap them out, right?
Right.
And I really like, not just because we have a small business, of course, right? But I really like the way that you guys transitioned the podcast, and I think you guys have done really well with it.
Oh, thank you.
And
Appreciate it.
honestly, me personally, I look up to you guys all the time.
Aw,
I mean,
thanks.
Derek, you know I ask you for advice all the time, especially Mike, when I don't know what I'm doing on social media.
Gotcha.
even though I'm in the IT field, right?
Right.
I have no idea what I'm doing on Instagram. No, but I really like what you guys have turned this into.
Thank you. So, Lisa, this is your first time seeing the studio? Second time?
Second time.
Oh, yeah, because you were here.
First time.
Correct.
What
we
did
the
you
interview.
did you think that we had all this built? Like, what were your thoughts when we said
I
that we
saw
were building a
pictures
studio?
of
Yeah,
things getting done, but I didn't know it was gonna look this good.
good.
I like how this turned out. It looks
Awesome.
really nice.
I love hearing that. When did you guys start listening? Did you start from the start, or did you start like halfway through?
I started from the start. When we went COVID, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
You're good.
It was more difficult for me to keep my focus on it because I was from home. So I really liked having you guys on Mondays. It was my kind of start of the day, so to speak. You know, I'd get to work, have my first sip of coffee, I'd load up Spotify, and I'd fire up your guys' podcast for the week. And that would kind of be like, hey, what do I need to do this week? And I lost touch of that during COVID. And, you know, I hate that that's the way it is, but I've gotten back into it. And now that I'm home, I have the ability to have a fourth screen that I'm able to put you guys up on YouTube.
Right.
And not only just listen to it, but see you guys, which is great because I get to see all Mike's reactions.
There's so
There's a
many.
lot, yeah.
There's
which,
so many.
Which you just don't get with listening to it.
Right.
Appreciate it.
What was your favorite interview we've done so far, besides yours, obviously?
Probably Tom because
Yeah.
it hit home. You know, somebody
he's
that
such a riot.
Somebody that I know, and just hearing his story on how he grew, was really inspirational. How about you? Sorry, I'm putting you on the spot.
You are. I don't remember the name of the place, but I liked one of the pizza ones that you guys did.
Oh, yeah.
It could have been Macy's.
He was a riot, too, with his shirt. It's like, dude, you want to change your shirt or no? Do you want to keep around with it?
I know, and he's like, no, this
Or
is
was
my
this,
logo.
no? Are you talking about Sexy Slices?
No,
Or
I
you
think
wore,
it was
or you wore the
Macy's.
bodysuit?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he had
It
a
was one of
mask.
the
mask
two.
on.
Yes.
Yeah, he had a full head mask. Yeah.
You want to say hi?
Hi,
What's your name, bud?
What a stud.
Landon.
Do you like hearing yourself talk? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we occasionally watch Derek on YouTube when you're scrolling through your YouTube shows?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you say, hey, that's Derek. And when we watched Mommy and Daddy's interview, you said that was Mommy on TV?
Yeah.
Did you like seeing your mommy on TV?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dad was in there.
Daddy was in there, too? Wow. Now, what about this little guy? He's trying to get a hold of the mic. He's going to be a star one day, too, huh?
I know.
I
He's
can only
gonna,
hope.
You can only hope. So, what feedback would you guys have for us of what you would like to see us do next, or different?
Not different, but one thing that I've seen a lot of small businesses do that you guys haven't done, and it's nothing against you at all, would be a fundraiser, right? How could we fundraise, and how could we help you fundraise? You know, as us being a small business as well. How could we collaborate to do a fundraiser, right? There's all these non-for-profits and whatnot doing fundraisers for the greater good for the community. And both you and us, right, focus on Buffalo. Right. What could we do to collaborate to do a fundraiser, whether it's for animal shelters or it's for families that are in need. You know.
Yeah, we try to do that with our shirts, giving
Yeah.
back a little bit, but we could do it more, I guess, well known with the partnership and everything like that too. We can do more stuff like that.
Agreed. I think that would be the next direction just because the merchandise is so few and far between. But every time we release a batch of merchandise, that's our goal is to,
Yeah, because you guys
to
did
donate
that
a portion
with,
of all proceeds to a different
with the first
nonprofit.
one.
Yeah, the first one was Western New York Heroes, then
absolutely.
positive approach.
No, Open Arms Rescue.
I'm sorry.
Positive
Positive
approaches.
approaches through Western New York Heroes. I just read their article about it because they made Stars and Stripes, which is like a huge deal. But yeah, Open Arms Rescue and then Buffalo Niagara's Waterkeepers for the third. But yeah, absolutely. I think even if we did like a like we could raise a ton of money for a 5K walk,
Yeah.
like walk 3 miles, and then we just raise a ton of money and then we just donate to something that we all care about. That's a great idea. I'm down.
Right now, one of our customers was 716 Paws,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're doing tumblers for them. So they just ordered a batch of tumblers through us. But that's a prospective customer that we could reach out to.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Let us know.
But yeah, I think that's the next direction for you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like that idea.
Thank you.
Well, guys, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for coming to our 100th party. Thank you,
Thank you
little
for
guys,
having us.
Landon and Tanner, for being a part of this too. You two have helped the podcast grow as well, especially watching Mommy and Daddy on the TV. But thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you for being on as an interview. Thank you for being on as friends. And we wouldn't be where we are right now without you guys. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We look forward to your next 100.
All right. I like that. All right. We're good.
Yeah, I just didn't want it to go off.
I'm on like a recall thing. Not recall, but like, oh, make sure everyone's alive. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter.
Perfect.
Is it going to ring?
Huh?
Is it going to ring while you're on? We just don't want it to
It's
ring.
never on ring.
Okay.
I legit.
Isn't that funny that our generation doesn't do rings anymore?
Yeah, it's
I-
annoying.
I love it.
I love my ringtone.
Oh, really?
It plays through Bluetooth speakers, regardless if it's on silent or
Really?
not. Yeah, it's the Rangers' goal song.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
So you don't get to hear it normally during the season, so you have to hear it when.
Oh, man, that was funny. Set you up for that one. Here you go, Jared.
Well, here we are, bud.
This is it, man. So
Our last guest, but definitely not the least.
Yeah.
The best, obviously.
yeah, we're ending on a high
No
note.
offense to everybody out there.
I've been on a totally different stratosphere, so everything's fine.
Yeah.
But
Is it?
we'll no, but we'll start with introductions and then we'll dive right in and enjoy every second of this because personally, I'm biased. I've always wanted this moment.
Oh, dude, since episode, I don't know, which.
Half?
So there's two different times where I like stopped watching right before I started the hashtag first beat.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Where I like I had to catch up on like 30 episodes
Yes.
and special interviews where I would watch like 30 straight episodes and then do, I don't know, the special interviews at the end. And then I did it again where I was just like, I have stuff to do and made excuses for why I wasn't watching and then did it again and caught up. And then I've stayed on par now because I do public transportation. I have all the time in the world
There
to
you
keep
go.
up with the episodes. But yeah.
So you are mega fan.
Yes.
And
I am Sean, a.k.a. Mega Fan.
yeah,
As Mike calls me, Farrell.
yes.
He only refers to me by my last name, but yeah.
And we mentioned this before with the other guest. For the longest time, we avoid using names for respect for you.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, right, you, but everybody else we don't know.
My email for when I make my comments has my first name, dot, middle initial, dot, last name.
That's what.
Not much OPSEC there, bud.
Right.
and
And a
when
picture of me going, in Afghanistan.
When I first talked about that, I mentioned your name, and he's like, "Dude, OPSEC, bro." I'm like, "His name is in the comments. Like, there's
Yeah.
not much he
Yeah,
really
no.
cares about here."
And I even said that myself watching that episode because it was because he reacted before you edited,
Right.
and then
Well, he doesn't edit.
I was like, what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I thought the same thing you did. And I was like, it literally says my name. My last four of my social might as well be with my name right there. Like, it's
Yeah,
so
right.
obvious who it is.
And I didn't fully realize the extent where Derek is like, dude, I don't edit. And then as I was, because I would sit and watch everything on YouTube as well. Beep. I was waiting for him to take that out. And he didn't. And I was like, damn, he really doesn't edit. And now it's like, no, everything is going in. So now it's like a new joke. But when did you first start watching the podcast? When it first went live?
So, when you told me about it, I think I was like, oh, yeah, cool. I can't wait to, like, I'm going to watch it. And then I was overseas when you started the podcast. I was in Jordan.
Yeah.
Your first 5 episodes aired while I was still in country. And I think I started watching... No, your first, 8 aired while I was in country. I got to Bliss, and I started watching when 9 released. And I had to catch up to 9. and then I watched like 4, fell asleep, and then 2 weeks later I was like, oh shit, I gotta catch up again. And then it's been an ongoing thing, and then COVID happened, and I was watching like stuff on YouTube, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna fall asleep, I'm not really gonna get it. And then I just got lazy, and then I finally got into a rhythm of doing it. So when I created #FirstBeep, that was kind of my last like
Hurrah.
No, well, I'd say the opposite of hurrah. That was my last like, all right, I'm gonna take it more serious and not lay off 30 episodes at a time and then be like, no, I gotta commit. You get the full beard like Tom Hanks running across the country for 45 minutes, or like Castaway where he looks like he's homeless.
Yeah, absolutely.
30 days straight sitting on a couch like, I have to make the comment.
So for our OG listeners, we started off in my basement, and every 15 minutes, the Wi-Fi would beep, which is this sound.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi would beep, and then we didn't know what to do. We weren't going to edit it out, so we just made a game out of it, or we would drink every time that Wi-Fi went off.
Which I honestly believe it was because we didn't know how to edit it out, so we had to circumvent a new reason to just leave it.
So when we did that, when did you start the first beep? Was it the first episode?
No, absolutely not. I want to say the first time I did #FirstBeep. This is when I was activated on COVID, and I was sitting in one of the tents at the Staten Island test site, and it had to have been like, honestly, it could have been like in the 60s, maybe like the 50s.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. It might have been before the Ron Swanson episode.
Yeah.
It was way, like, I had to go back and like listen for at least at the most 15 minutes for a bunch of episodes. And I was like,
did you do that where you just listened for 15 minutes and then you went to the next one?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, because I was scrolling through my email, and one time I saw Sean Farrell commented like 75 times. And I'm like, what does this kid do? He's just
so
watching.
I went through and tried to catch up to where I currently was at.
Okay.
Which I could be overzealous at this point, and it could have been like in the mid-30s.
Sure.
But yeah, I was still at the point where I was catching up, and I finally caught up. And I started doing the #FirstBeep because I had caught up, and then I watched all of the special interviews. And I was like, now what do I do with all this time that I have? Because Rona was ruining my free time by sitting on a test site doing nothing because I didn't have to do anything.
Right.
I was just in charge.
Power of delegation. And that was one of the funniest conversations.
I did stuff. I didn't not do anything, but I did stuff sometimes.
Well, right. But it was one of our funniest conversations where you would ask a question and the answer to your question already went live, but you were playing catch up.
Yeah.
And it was just a back and forth of wait till this week.
It took me 99 episodes to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that and then special interviews, you're like, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? I'm like, I just dropped like last week. It's like, sorry, I'm like 32 behind. But then like 4 days go by and you're like caught up. I'm like, what is happening? And you do the same thing when you drive to Buffalo, or I drive down to see you in Long Island is 100 miles, 70 miles, 50 miles, 20 miles, or we do every 10, and then the last 10, it's the countdown. And then it's like 10, 9, 8
I'm literally
miles left.
texting and driving, doing all the illegal things. I might as well have a beer in my hand while I'm doing it.
It's incredible.
This last time driving up, there was a cop in front of me for like 20 miles, and I was just like this. He actually changed lanes all the way to the right, and I thought he saw me like kind of drift a little bit. And I thought he was gonna slow down and get behind me to see if I was like, I'm still gonna fucking do it. Like, I'm still gonna text him my updates. I'm already committed at this point. If I text 9, 8, and then all of a sudden I go out of the loop for, I don't know, 5 miles, he's gonna be concerned. But he got off at the exit.
Yeah, but you did skip 3.
I did, but I caught that.
I know.
And I told you.
Skip 3.
Skip 3. 2 miles.
God.
Yeah. So, last time I did that, it was in a snowstorm, and I'm really good at it.
Jesus. What is your favorite small business that we've interviewed so far?
One of them was definitely where we're going tomorrow after golf.
Yes.
Yeah, which you won't say the name, and you yelled at Colleen for.
I did not. I wanted it to be a
He
surprise.
wasn't supposed to know, even though the day before I already told him that's the place we're going.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He
and he's like,
inferenced
yeah.
and
I
used
just didn't-
context
I just
clues and
didn't-
called it.
I just didn't remember the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but he was like a
Oh, as
wizard.
soon as he said the best wings in Buffalo, I was like, I know where that is.
Do you though?
But
Because
yeah.
most people don't. That's
I don't
all.
know where it is. I'm not from here, but I know where you're talking about.
Hey, you couldn't
That
have
was
given him a more obvious clue.
That was a funny interview.
Yeah, those kids
Honestly,
were a riot.
honestly, my favorite interview, and I think I've watched it twice, is Sexy Slices Pizza. Or that's it? Is
Yeah?
it? Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just because you were so hyped about it, and the fact that he is incognito
Yes.
the whole entire time, and all the food, the pizza logs and
was a
all that stuff.
disgusting amount of
It,
food.
it looked appetizing and funny at the same time.
But we didn't even like want that much food. Like
but you got-
spoiler
oh, but
alert,
you
because
got
we're
it.
like, guys, like, I don't even know if we have time for this. And then you're like, I'm so happy. And I'm like, yeah, but Derek, you're like,
Derek's favorite
No, I
food
just-
is pizza.
yeah, because like you just started your diet.
Yeah.
And then we do that interview, and Carbone's like, God bless, like, thank you for everything again. But they're like, eat, and we're like, guys, like, we physically can't eat all this. So like, that's the point. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, I remember when they brought out the pizza, and then the dude went back and then brought out a tray of chicken fingers, different flavors. I'm like, we're gonna die here.
It was
That's
one of
it.
everything. Literally, it was like one of everything on the menu. It was obnoxious.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you liked that interview.
Yeah, that was funny. That was a good episode.
No doubt. So, moving forward, what would you like us to do, or what would you drop in the Buffalo Happy Hour suggestion box, other than have Bud Heavies
I know.
on lock?
I was trying to find that. That's like the Peter Griffin eating chips while Anne Frank's hiding in the attic. I was trying to sneak that can opening in there. I don't know. The studio looks great. So no comments there. I don't know. I'll come back to that one. Let me think on that
Is there
one.
a type
When?
of
Huh? What do you mean?
is there-
Before you say do not litter, give me that much time.
Okay, all right,
I have something for
all right.
you.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
is there a business that you would like us to talk to or talk about, like a specific, like a genre of businesses,
Genre of
classification of
businesses.
businesses? Is there something that you're like they really haven't
He's gonna say Parkway
interviewed
Drive.
bingo halls at all?
I
Or,
would love for you to interview
I would bring
Parkway
you.
Drive. I would hope so. Winston McCall, please
Yeah.
come on the show. I'm trying to think of what you guys haven't done yet, because there's a lot that you've done.
To that point, we haven't done like a venue for a concert.
To your previous question, not the one that I have to come back to and give you an answer. The one before it, the garage, was an awesome
Oh, yeah?
episode. Like the story behind it and everything. Like the bar was sick.
Yeah.
The painting behind you guys was sick. The story of how her husband got to where he was, not as sick, but you know.
Resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
MRT. Find the good stuff.
Yeah. Oh. Someone wanted to put me in for that school, and I was like,
No thanks.
I'm not really someone to find the good stuff.
Not at all.
No.
For we should elaborate too. For new listeners that don't know the backstory of like how you came about, you and I deployed together. We met on deployment, and then we never stopped talking since.
Yeah, so we all showed up to Niagara October 1st, which is my wife's, now wife, at the time, fiance's birthday. That's something you should never do if you're in the military. Leave on your wife's birthday. She's never happy about that. But yeah, showed up in Niagara on the 2nd of October, in Fort Bliss, Texas on the 3rd of October.
Yes.
First formation, 4th of October, I'm outside smoking a cigarette, and I forgot if it was I came up to you or you came up to me.
I walked right up to you, and your back was against the pole.
Yeah, because my back is shot.
sounds like a romance story.
It was something for the ages. I give it that. But I really haven't fully heard your perspective of it.
It's definitely a romance story. And now looking back on it, definitely a romance story. I don't remember what the conversation was. I remember the first time we were in formation. It was like, yeah, be in formation by like 05 or 06, and it was like pitch black dark out. And it was you. I'm sorry, it was V, then you, then me. And like I had no idea who you were, but I knew you were the same rank as me, and V was 2 ranks above. And it was like, yeah, we gotta stand by. And I was like, oh, this is typical Army bullshit. Just hurry up and wait. You got me out here at 6 o'clock. We gotta wait for probably another 2 hours. And you both looked over at me, and I was like, what? Did I say something wrong?
Yep.
But yeah.
The first conversation we had was, I guess we're working together.
And I was like,
Because
yeah.
on the org chart, we had the same
Yeah.
job.
It was me, you, Langer.
Yep.
I think Marty was the other one on that chart.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Langer, and Marty. And now I work with Marty. Langer is still someone in, I don't know where that guy is, but here we are.
Right.
But, yeah, it's come a long way.
No doubt. And that was 2017.
Yeah, end of 17, October 17.
Yeah, it was wild. Now we're here. So, mega fan.
Never thought we'd make it here.
Not at all.
No.
Neither did I. Neither did Derek.
Correct.
But this is it. We're crushing it. So tomorrow morning we're gonna golf. Market 0. So when we golf tomorrow morning, we're
Derek,
gonna have
over
to
under,
stretch.
how many times does it say market 0 tomorrow?
Oh, we play 18
Oh, I'm
holes.
sorry, I didn't give you an over under.
Yeah, no,
20.
We play 18 holes, so over 20.
Okay.
It's going to be like 496.
I'll take the under just in case he forgets.
Okay, perfect.
Perfect.
Every single hit.
All right, I guess we're drinking now. Jesus. I mean, to be fair,
What's your handicap? Then I can change the over under.
205.
Over under 205.
Exactly. I'd say over still.
So, moving forward,
Moving forward.
what would you like us to do differently? Because you said you were going to think about it, and now it's time.
Yeah. So whatever the audio caught while technical difficulties were happening, I forgot what I said. So I'm gonna say
You said nothing because you love this podcast, which actually warmed
that I
our
remembered.
souls.
That I remembered. But I did have a comment when Derek walked out. Like, why wasn't I here like 50 episodes ago? Or
That's true.
I'm just kidding. That's me being selfish. No, I absolutely love everything about this podcast. The transition that you guys made, and I'm not biased because he's like a brother to me. And then I've gotten to know you from my second trip to Buffalo, and then Mike's wedding.
Yep.
And then me and my wife drunkenly inviting you to our wedding.
I love that.
It was amazing, but we did have openings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you could have totally came, but it was rude to ask you on such short notice. I can't wait to show this episode to Christine just so she can laugh at that.
Gina and I were like on the way back to the hotel. We're like, do we go? Like,
That would have been a trip.
hilarious.
that
Like,
would've
not
been
even
funny.
tell you because you didn't even know about it.
Like
No.
Mike,
We would've
Mike,
just
been
rented,
amazing.
Mike rented a car, changed his rental to get this obnoxious
yeah, BMW.
I wanted
BMW, and then Derek's like already at the house, like the fuck.
I would have been burnt. But yeah, I wanted to leave sooner. and that was the only thing they
I
had.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I hate traffic.
Yes.
It's like, unfortunately, I'm leaving Monday morning. Like, I choose to leave your house early only because I hate traffic.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with you. I hate traffic even more.
Right.
With you.
Because my back destroys me sitting in the truck for more than 2 hours.
Yes.
If I can give you any type of recommendation, yeah, what I said in the backyard earlier. Get a little room with a camera by itself so you can have your own Jamie like in
That'd be
Joe
sweet.
Rogan podcast, so you can transition to a different room. It's just like the chop saw next to the fridge over there, and he's just like sitting there with like weird glasses, like on David Letterman late night. No free shout outs,
We do
David
need-
Letterman.
We do
with
need
your
an
beard.
editor
I mean,
or
I,
someone to work for us.
I honestly feel like Jamie would.
That's a good
anyways.
one. Get someone who could help you like do less of the work,
Yeah,
because
I'm getting burnt
you guys
out.
are burning yourselves
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
We do this way too much.
You do, but you're so accustomed to it. I feel like if you do slow down, you're gonna be like, we forgot something.
Right.
Oh, that 1,000% happens.
All the
Yeah.
time.
Like, we had off
Yeah.
Friday.
Especially
Yeah.
with that guy.
Correct.
Like I don't know you as well as I know him, but I know like we were roommates for fucking 9 months. And I could sneeze and he'd be like, that just reminded me, I forgot to do something. And he's like, panics about other things.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's fine. But okay. All right. So find somebody that wants to work with us. God
free.
bless. Yeah. First of all, for free. We'll start there.
If I didn't work, because I commute to work 440 miles away. If I didn't live 440 miles away, I would help you guys.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
It's gonna make me cry. Okay. So
grow up.
I know. Be an athlete. Shut up, Derek. Don't make a comment.
Shove it down.
I know.
Shove it down.
Cap it and shove it down. All right. Sounds good.
All right. Well, I think this was a very successful 100th episode.
Yeah, and I know you're gonna watch it. So.
Oh yeah, I chimed in the last 15 minutes.
I have to be honest with you. We did the first beep at like 15 minutes. Missed it until you came in here. So
I only do
will
the
be
first
good.
beep.
I know, but you might-
regardless of what it's for, as you can see on your last episode, you did it to censor yourself trying to shoot
Correct,
a fly
yeah, I
out
saw
of here, and
that.
I was like, nope, there was still the first beep. I have rules.
beep.
I have rules.
So I think since this is the mega fan here, he should take us out.
All right. Sounds good.
Wow, that's a lot of pressure.
It's three things.
Yeah, it's
I know it's three
So
things. Don't tell me.
Everybody,
Don't
thank
tell
you for
me.
subscribing. I'll do that
Oh, yeah,
initial
do
part.
that, do that.
So thank you for tuning in to the 100th episode. We really appreciate all of you here. If we could have all of you at my house to have this episode, we would have the same amount of people that we have here. So thank you very much for joining today's episode.
I was gonna say overwhelming, but yeah.
If you
Over
want-
under 250 still.
If you want to help the podcast, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's free to do. If you want to follow us on Instagram and Facebook, it's at the Buffalo Happy Hour 12. At the Buffalo Happy Hour on Facebook. We are on TikTok at the Buffalo Happy Hour as well. And yeah, this is the 100th episode, and we are excited for 100 more. So, anything you want to add before we pass it over to Sean?
Everybody, thank you so much for your support throughout these first 100 episodes. On top of everybody that's here with us, and we greatly appreciate all of you. And cheers, friends.
So, Sean, take us out.
It's been fun, boys. Well, first,
thank you for being here, brother.
I'm honored to be here. Cheers to another 100 episodes.
Cheers.
And
Cheers.
I can't wait for 104.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
It'll
Your
be a
2-year
blast.
mark.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
Hit the beat button, bro. All right, so yeah, as they say in the other 99 episodes, make sure to drink responsibly. Don't drink and drive. And Mike, I'm still going to say it. Do not litter.
We're out.